个世界爱着，希望你笑了是真的快乐，希望你遇见过山的浑浊，眼里依然有海的清澈，希望你被这个世界爱着，希望你哭了也是。
I will allow it. If you want to stand and take a photo or short video, that's okay too. Just sit down immediately after that, yes? Excellent. Secondly, there is no smoking on this vessel, no cigarettes, no cigars, no vapes or electronic devices rolling back and forth on the floors, okay? All right, so your crew, if you're wondering who's driving the Grand Dame of the river, that is Captain J at the helm above us. Yeah. Also on deck with me is the baby boss, that is Melissa downstairs. Most of you met her when you guys checked in. That is Melissa. But the two most important crew members on board, of course, are your bartenders. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for them. That is Kate and Riley. Oh, you can do better than that. Yes. Guys, my name is Arlene. I am your commentator and host. I'm going to be sharing some really cool information about the history of Fort Lauderdale. I'm also going to show you some beautiful homes out here on the waterways, and you're going to see some pretty impressive vessels on the water as well. Did you know you're sailing on the Venice of America? That is correct. This is also the yacht capital of the world. Big deals around here. All right, so let's get started. So we pulled out of Bahia Mar, that is our home base, and it has been since the very beginning. So we were their first commercial tenant at Bahia Mar. Absolutely. Prior to that, it was a military base. That's right, when there were just the 3 forts here. Just the military base. Now, on the right-hand side, I want to show you a couple things. We're just north of Bahia Mar right now, and we're going to be passing here in a little bit. This guy's getting filled up on the left-hand side. You know there's fuel delivery on the water. So on the right, I want you to notice that tall platform. You see that diving platform right there? Now for years, I mean forever, that was the tallest diving platform in the world. Okay? Now there's another one in Asia, I think, that has, a couple of feet on it. But that is it, and that is the International Swimming Hall of Fame. It is a museum. So if you are here on the beach for a couple hours, definitely pop in there. It's really, really cool. Also, if you're staying on the beach or you want to have lunch after your cruise, there's a spot I'm going to introduce you to. If you look to the right-hand side, just down this waterway right here, you'll see that little building down there. You'll see it. It's got the khaki awnings. That is Coconuts. It's my landlord's restaurant. Truly, yeah. It is Coconuts, really fantastic food, and you can sit right there on the water, watch all the yachts, dream about having one. All right, just in front of us is La Solis Bridge. Most of you came across that one, or 17th Street Causeway. That's right. And so we're going to spin around right here so that I can introduce you to one of the oldest residential communities. Before I do that, look straight ahead or to the right. Once we turn around, you'll see these boats that are kind of sitting out there, guys. I don't know if you heard, but we had a tornado a couple weeks ago. Did you hear that? Yeah. This is what brings you over to beachside as well. Indeed. So as we spin around, I want to introduce you to Idlewild. Now, if you look as far as you can, guys, like as far as you can, all the land, the inlets, even where we're going down, this all was owned by one person in the 1800s. That one person was Mary Brickle. That's right, we had a lady boss around here. Mary was an extraordinary lady. If you do some research on her, you will find out what I'm talking about, but really cool. Well, 2 young burgeoning entrepreneurs came down here, and she sold this big chunk on the right-hand side to them. And they decided to develop, the first residential community in this area. Yeah. One home that's coming up in particular that I want to show you. Before I do that, I don't want to pass this. Look on the left-hand side. There's Gallant Lady right there. You see that yacht? Now, she's not the largest, but she's probably the most popular yacht on this waterway. One, because she is one of 7 that was originally built. 7 exact same yachts by Jim Moran, JM Family. They're a huge organization here, and one of their major charities is raising money for breast cancer research. Now, Jim actually built this fleet of yachts to charter, and all of the proceeds from them went to breast cancer research. Yeah, pretty cool story, guys. Definitely look him up. He named it Gallant Lady because of his wife's noble battle with breast cancer. Pretty cool story. All right, look on the right-hand side. This house right here is the one I wanted to show you. It's got those huge columns in the middle there. Guys, we call this Le Papillon. Anybody know what papillon means? Butterfly. Very good, sir. Well, this is the Butterfly Mansion, and the original owner literally designed and constructed this home in the shape of a butterfly. You can see kind of the wings shape from the front or even from above. And those 2 staircases coming down form the antennas of that butterfly. Pretty cool, yeah? Absolutely. Now, it's unique in a lot of ways. One, it's a 0 landlocked property, okay? That means there's no front, side, or backyard. Yeah, you're like, why would I spend millions of dollars on a home with no yard? Well, let me tell you what it has. You might change your mind. The entire first floor is a 10-car, 2-stretch limousine garage. How about that? No, you need a few more spaces. Yeah, I got you. There are 2 elevators. You can take one of them to the roof, and that's where the good stuff is. There's a full-size pool up there.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, that almost. No, but Blockbuster sold kind of videotapes. Yeah. Anyway, Mike Mulrooney owns this home, and when I say this home, I don't mean that structure on the corner. If you look all the way down, you'll see the end of his dock, the brown pilings there. That is all his home. And he did pretty well with those used cars, right? Absolutely. Now, stay tuned. Look on the left-hand side real quick. I want to show you an empty lot. You'll see it there. It's got all the lumber on the dock there. Guys, that empty lot had a home on it about 10 months ago that belonged originally to Johnny Weissmuller. Who's that? Tarzan. Very good. Now, Johnny was an Olympic swimmer, and they casted him as that role. When they built the house, they also installed a 16-foot deep pool. That's unheard of. You can't do that, right? But they did, so that he could practice his high dive from jumping off the 2nd floor. That's how he prepared for the role. Is that crazy? Yeah, definitely. All right, we're moseying on along. Guys, look straight ahead. You will notice the Fort Lauderdale skyline. Now, I don't want to hear any snickering. I know she's little, okay?
Looking for you. I see her looking for you. 万物复苏，花儿为你盛开，心透明为你留白，乌云不会是阻碍，我要把你找回来。
Oh yeah, this home was originally commissioned for Rene Lacoste of the Lacoste family for sale. He did. But guys, nobody bid on that house for like over a year. He was very upset about it. His realtor told him, listen, nobody wants to buy a house with major faucet problems. Somebody explain that to the young people, please. Look on the left-hand side. This olive-colored house right here with the tall palm trees in the back, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous property. It has, I see you. Girl, look at what you bought with your Cole's cash. Now, yes, Mr. Cole owns this and this empty lot right here. Guys, every summer, they have their annual yard sale. All of your returns, get right here. This is where I get my towels from. Look on the right-hand side. I want to show you this yellow mansion with the green trim. Beautiful, beautiful home. Now, I mentioned this guy, Wayne Heiseka, our local billionaire. Okay? he bought this for his daughter, Pamela Huizinga. True story. Now, I'm not done. Just behind her, this White House, the one they just put up for sale, he bought this actually for his sister, Bonnie Hudson. Bonnie Hudson. Now, this is supposed to be a Category 5 hurricane-proof house. Yeah, you guys come back next year. We'll see how it fares, okay? For sure. Now, jump over the canal right here on the right-hand side. You'll see a beige house with a gazebo out back. That belongs to Stephen Hudson. Stephen is the son of Bonnie, obviously the nephew of Wayne Huizinga. Yeah, you guys see where I'm going with the story? This is long money we're looking at right here. Long money. Now, Stephen, he built his living quarters on the second floor to take advantage of as much square footage as possible. It's pretty smart. Yeah. Now, if the sea level were to rise, another smart thing is that the water would just travel through to the neighbor's house and not damage their foundation. Pretty clever. Look on the left-hand side. I have to show you this one. This is one of my favorite single homes here. Guys, that brick front home, 2.5 stories there. Absolutely beautiful. It's got 12 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. It sits. Holly loved Harry Potter, right? She announced she was getting married. Here's what Wayne did. He called up to Universal Studios. He spoke with the developers of that Harry Potter experience up there and had them build that $22 million starter home and gifted it to Holly as a wedding present. Isn't that nice? Now the telephone bell, the Taco Bell. Yes. Now they built this home and only lived in it for like a year and a couple months. Yeah, the wife was like, I can't stay here. Cannot stay here. They packed up, sold the house. They said it was too hot in Florida. It was where they filmed that famous movie Cape Fear. Yes. The movie could not leave the state. That's right. McNulty was on house arrest. True story. On the right-hand side, in about 10 years, guys, I'm working on it. I'm taking donations. Please help. No, seriously though, that is the most expensive Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale. Truly, $25,000 a week, off season. Yeah. Look on the right-hand side. This is a very special house right here. This beige one on the right. We call it the kitchen mansion because it has an 1,800 square foot kitchen. Who cooks in here? Can you imagine? Yeah, you have to install a GPS to find your forks in there. No doubt. Say hello to our neighbors on the wall tab. Look on the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. This little modern mansion, it's not cute, but we call it the tree house because it literally has a tree growing out of the middle. Now, the original owner took his plans to the city and showed them what he wanted to build. They said absolutely not. You cannot uproot or move that tree. So he built around it, yeah. So those of you who are buying land, look at that. Make sure you know what it is. It's called a dogwood tree. And you know it's a dogwood tree by its bark. Okay, seriously now. If you are the New River, those condos over there about $350, $375, something like that. Not bad at all. Just saying. This building on the right-hand side, the little beige one with the cute little lawn, guys, was the John Robert Powers School of Modeling, one of their first locations. That's right, Christy Brinkley.
没往前走，就别回头，错过的就让时间慢慢带走，学着遗忘，学会接受，是伤害了另一种温柔。
Brought all of this modern and residential development. Now, one of the things about Lifting the Sky then was allowing us to build buildings taller than 4 stories. It was capped then. Yeah. Well, that's good because we're rolling into downtown Fort Lauderdale now and we get to show off our skyscrapers. Well, they're not quite scraping the sky yet, so we'll call them sky ticklers for now. On the right-hand side is the Riverside Hotel. This is the boathouse which is attached to the hotel. You guys wave at our neighbors on the water. Hello. The Riverside is the oldest hotel here in Fort Lauderdale on the New River. Yeah. Now, it was built in 1935, and when they were done, they hired a young actor to do the ribbon cutting. That was Ronald Reagan. True story. Keep looking to the right. We're about to pass over US 1 Federal Highway. There's a tunnel underneath the water here. But I want you to look at this little house, strangely in the middle of downtown Fort Lauderdale. That is the Stranahan House, built in 1901 for Frank and Ivory Stranahan, the oldest surviving structure in Broward County. Yep. Now, Frank was the first businessman. Well, I should say first legitimate businessman. I see you looking at this, the big blue being towed down the river. That is not an uncommon sight. So there's nothing wrong with the yacht. It's actually on this river. This is one of the most difficult to navigate in the world. It's a naturally formed river, very windy, right? And the insurance companies will not allow the captains to drive those down the river, right? Will not allow them to do it. Okay, so look on the left-hand side. I want to introduce you to one of our friends on the water. That is Musette on the left-hand side. Now I know she's an old girl. You're like, why are you showing me this? Well, Musette is old, but she finds new ways to stay relevant. They do private parties on board, right? They do birthdays and anniversaries. They even do weddings. And as of 2020, affordable housing. Now, yes, they have penthouses that go for like $21, $23 million, but you can still get a unit in there, I hear, for about $175,000. Pretty good, right? Yeah. Yeah. Now that unit might be the size of a closet way in the back that overlooks the dumpsters, but location is everything. Truly. All right, we're coming up on the first car bridge of the new river. Now this river, as I said, naturally formed. Yes, so this is a naturally formed river and it has a bunch of offshoots. Like back in the day, in order to get to the other side of the proverbial road, you had to take a watercraft. There's a little mural on the right-hand side of the bridge. You can see how they used to cross. Well, eventually the community got together and built these bridges. Now these are all on demand. There's a bridge tender up there 24/7. Whenever we come through, we call and they open. It's called Queen Clout, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, give a wave to him if he's sticking his head out, or I like to give him love. All right, so we're passing Southeast 3rd Avenue Bridge right now. I've shown you the oldest surviving structure. I've shown you the oldest hotel. Now, I'm going to show you the largest hotel and probably the most valuable land in Broward County, okay? If you look straight, look on the left-hand side in front of us. Through the trees there, you'll see a big beigey white building. That is the largest hotel, guys. They serviced about 1,400 to 1,500 guests last night, okay? They have great amenities. They give you free bars and cell phones in every room. If you check in early enough, you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner by our local billionaire, Wayne Heising, okay? Look on the left-hand side real quick. I want to show you this one, the Downtowner. The yellow sign, blue awnings. There's a white building in the back that has a red sign on it. It says the Maxwell Room. Now this is deemed historic. It was the first establishment ever in the jungle here on the New River. Now guys, that was a speakeasy back during Prohibition. Talk about shenanigans. That's where they planned the city. I mean, the gangsters, the rum runners, the pirates all hung out in that speakeasy. Oh yeah. On the right-hand side is Bouvier Park. We affectionately call it Heising Park because he donated that to the city as well. Bouvier was actually one of the forefathers of Fort Lauderdale. We're just going through Andrews Avenue, and our captain is barking orders at this barge-like boat in front of us. The Queen is yet to spin, so you know that is over. Okay, let's listen.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're gonna spin around right here, but really quickly, when you go on, you get on the river wharf, this is kind of where you land. That is the wharf on the right-hand side, guys. It is the largest and most really cool. Now, The Performing Arts Center back there has a nice little setup there. That is where the Huizinga Pavilion is and everything, obviously. That was one of the last things that Wayne Huizinga donated to the city before he passed away. Now, let me explain to you a little more in detail of why we hailed him so much, right? So as I said, he's the only businessman in history to have founded 3 Fortune 500 startup companies, okay? So far. That was AutoNation, Blockbuster, but his legacy, ladies and gentlemen, is waste management. Did you know that? Yeah, he was the original garbage man. True story. Yeah, he started with a single dump truck. Today, waste management is one of the most profitable businesses in the US. Not bad for the little guy. Yeah. He's also the only guy that's ever owned 3 professional sports teams in the US. That's right. Is going to come around with the proofs of your onboarding photo shoot. Guys, I encourage you to take your photos home with you. Listen, the Jungle Queen has been doing this for 89 years. 89 years, like, so we've been here, we've seen it all. Come, go, rise, and fall, truly, right? So you're making history with us, guys. I can't tell you how many times a guest comes up who's celebrating something, their 50th wedding anniversary, and they have their original photo and tickets. You're making history, guys, and listen, there's some beautiful people on board. Absolutely. If you don't like your photo, take theirs. It's the same history. All right, ladies and
别
gentlemen.
往前走，就别回头，错过的就让时间慢慢带走，学着遗忘，学会接受，是伤害了另一种温柔，叫做放手。
C'est là qu'il disait que la ville là-dedans, là, et ce que vous voyez en or, là, c'est pas de la peinture, c'est des feuilles d'or. C'est de l'or 14.
没往前走，就别回头，错过的就让时间慢慢带走，学着遗忘，学会接受，是伤害了另一种温柔，叫做放手。没往前走，就别回头，错过的就让时间慢慢带走，学着遗忘，学会接受，是伤害了另一种温柔，叫做放手。
Got his GED, went back to school.
希望你被这个世界爱着，希望你笑的是真的快乐，希望你遇见过山的。